Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video and welcome to a new month. We are in the 1st of September, and September is a month of your greatest transformation. It's a 9th month of the year, and number 9 in numerology represents completion, although not a final ending. So it's more like a fulfillment of one cycle so that you can prepare to initiate the next one. It's a recognition of life's ongoing ebb and flow. This is so important right now to talk about, because when we say ebb, we can say that it's a gentle release of a certain old story you were repeating to yourself, like why your life is the way it is. Creating that great release, we could call it a let go process. So we can embody the new story, so we can upgrade ourselves, and the change will truly be permanent if we do it correctly. So the month of September, we can dedicate this month to an upgrade of consciousness when it comes to the stories we are telling to ourselves, because our life is truly built on stories we believe in, and of course the meaning we attach to the stories, because meanings always awaken certain emotional states, and that's how we feel then about our lives. You know, as much as you believe your life is meaningful, that's how you feel about your life. So it's important to recognize that more we are gently releasing the stories from the past, more we are gently releasing what is not serving us anymore, more we are plugging ourselves back to that flow of life where things are just unfolding. When we are revealing to ourselves more of who we truly are, more of our greatest potentials, and we're slowly embodying the version of ourselves that is meant to be. So remind yourself that you're always in the right place at the right time. Make this a new story you're telling yourself, because it's hard to imagine how many miracles are in store for you once you stop limiting yourself. And truly, this is so important, my friends, and I'm so happy to share with you some of this information, because as we're in the Virgo season, and the energy of Virgo is bringing us a lot of growth, a lot of inspiration, passion, dedication, health, practicality. You know, we need some practical steps, and of course that vitality. Who needs some vitality right now? Who needs to put yourself more into motion, to take greater actions, to activate a visionary within you and become the alchemist that you're meant to be. So my friends, as everything is changing right now, if we look outside into the nature, the season is changing from summer to autumn. So don't be shocked if you feel like your body is moving through a phase of unknown changes. I received so many messages where people are writing that they feel sadness without any reason. How many of you feel kind of heavy energy right now? Like there would be something on your shoulders and you don't know why you're carrying all that pain with you. So what is happening? There's nothing without a reason. Nothing in this universe is without a reason. Everything has its reason. But reason may be unconscious. It may be written deep in your subconscious mind. And if you feel an emotion of something which is unconscious, emotions are always signals, right? Emotions are signals for our conscious mind. So we would tap deeper into that emotion and understand or recognize the source of it. So it's actually a beautiful process once you start sensing sadness, once you start sensing any kind of emotion. Emotions are beautiful, emotions are making us human. And we need to appreciate what we feel. But of course it's hard to appreciate something which makes us feel sad or which makes us feel the slower emotions, right? So when it comes to sensing whatever we sense right now, all those emotions are signals which are reminding us, hey, you're still carrying something which is not serving you anymore, and better pay attention to what it is. Because maybe in the past you went through certain hard moments, painful experiences, somebody hurt you, or you were a part of a certain experience that was really hard for you. And you don't need to carry that pain anymore. Even though we never truly, fully release it, we don't need to be defined by it anymore. So it means that, sometimes you may think you're not enough because you feel sad, or you may think you're not worthy because you feel unworthy. And of course, because of that, you think you're not enough, but in reality, you are everything and even more. So don't let your doubts bury your light. Don't let your fear control what you're meant to feel. Because sometimes fear or worry or sadness or any tension may control us, and because of that control, we can't fully experience what life has to offer. So all that fear and all that tension and all that those painful sensations may pull us out of our alignment. And as soon as we are pulled out of our alignment, we define ourselves as we are that painful creatures. We are that hard on ourselves beings. We are that little humans which have no power, and so on. But in the first place, you are enough, and you are a work in progress. And you don't need to be perfect, because you will never be perfect. And that's fine, that's okay, that's actually the best thing you will ever realize. So the biggest change that is happening right now is that awareness that is awakening for many people, that our emotions are not who we are. Emotions are what we sense, those are signals, but we are not what we feel. And it is an important realization, because our emotions are deeply connected with the stories we are telling to ourselves. And to change the story means to overcome an emotional attachment to the story. So the first thing that I want to mention when it comes to this Virgo season and September's energy that is in front of us, is that as that change in nature is happening, it's an important moment to check up our lives and to see if we need to make some necessary changes. Because, of course, in summer, we are functioning a little bit differently. And for many people, summer is like a season of celebration, season of traveling, season of spending more time in nature, season of reflection and appreciation and so on, which is an important season. But then after that season, it comes again a phase of reflection to see how far we've come, to check up our roots, where we've come from, how much we've grown, how much we've changed. Maybe we need to put ourselves into a new soil, which is much more nutritious for us. And I'm using a bit of this poetic language, which is, to me, it's a beautiful language, because, it can explain us or put into a flow the energy that is coming right now. So, my friends, check up your life and see if you need to make certain necessary changes in your routines or rituals, or maybe you need to meditate more frequently right now to see where you are. If a certain aspect of you may be stuck right now, or if you are rushing or forcing something too much. So if I give you something from my life right now, I can say that that when it comes to my physical experience, I was never in a better shape than I am right now. I have my workouts under a beautiful flow. I love what I'm doing. I love my workouts, my routines, my rituals. I love that. But I've recognized that my business side needs some upgrade. So it started coming up 1 week ago when me and Maya started talking so much, and we started receiving so many inspiring, empowering ideas how to upgrade our business aspect, what new projects to initiate, if we need to expand our team a little bit, and in what kind of direction to evolve, and to make that plan and to initiate the action, and to evolve what there needs to be evolved, to awaken the potentials that are slowly unfolding. So for us, it's a business perspective, but look at your life. What will you dedicate this month for to make those necessary changes? Because I've learned that, once we initiate something which is really important, the change will be permanent, because we are changed. We gain the experiences, the wisdom, everything that we need to experience, and after that we are changed. After that we have the knowledge how to create something, how to build something, and the value of that knowledge is more important than anything. That's why I said at the beginning, the change will be permanent if you do it correctly. If you use this energy right now for your greatest transformation, the change will be permanent, and that is to me really powerful. So the first thing you can focus on is to recognize what you need to change or upgrade in your life. It doesn't mean that you need to fix yourself. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It just means that you can live your life to your greatest potentials, and sometimes something may be holding you back, something may be controlling you, or something may be still locking you into the past, and it's time to break those chains and to experience a greater freedom, to liberate yourself from a certain limitation. So meditation to me is powerful because it allows us to reflect our subconscious beliefs or unconscious beliefs and stories. So the greatest way to initiate the process of recognizing certain limited stories which are holding us to the past is to become aware of what you're constantly telling to yourself when your life is not going well. When something in your life is not moving, or you say you're stuck, what's the story you're telling to yourself? Because that's your subconscious belief or subconscious story that is reassuring to you why your life is the way it is. And then you attach meaning to that story. Doesn't matter how meaningful that story is to you. And according to the meaning, or according to the quality of that meaning, you feel an emotional sensation around that story, and that's the package you call reality. So pay attention to that and slowly blow up that bubble in which you're living, because you're meant to live so much greater life than just that limited story. That is the first thing, recognizing the changes you need to make in your life. And it means you're not changing yourself, you're changing the aspects of yourself which are still run by old programs, which maybe you've adopted them from your ancestors. So we are just changing these programs which are limiting us. The second thing is a process of letting go of the story you're telling to yourself. Free yourself and design a new one. So there are different practices we can use, and to me the most powerful one is that every time I become aware of a certain story I'm telling to myself, like for example, I can't achieve that because I'm not good enough, or my business is not growing because I'm not productive enough, and things like that. Sometimes we're telling this kind of stories to ourselves. And every time I catch myself telling that story, I visualize how this, like I would be watching my life as a movie on a screen, and then I visualize how that screen cracks and everything falls down and everything disappears, and there's a blank canvas once again, and I can rewrite a new story, and I can redesign a new movie, and I can watch a new story, upgraded one, the one that I want to experience. So you see, firstly we shatter the old story, and then we create a space for the new one. And every time I will catch myself repeating the old story, I will repeat the practice until I will reprogram my mind with that new story. And I'm doing that with everything, and I can tell you it works because so many changes I've experienced them because I've did that change in my subconscious mind. So let go of the old story. If you want to let go of something old, you firstly need to recognize it. You need to become aware of it. You need to feel how it is controlling your life, and then release it however you want. If that's on the screen, just break it, shatter it. If, whatever works for you, let it go and design a new one. The third thing I want to mention here is to embrace the new energy in your body. So September's energy, as I mentioned, Virgo's energy, it's all about growth. It's all about inspiration. So much new inspiration is coming up. That's why we may experience a sense or a need to do something new, to start a new project, or to organize ourselves in the aspects where we feel unorganized, to build greater structure where we think that things are all over the place. Because Virgos are all about that, structuring the system which may be more beneficial for us. So it's important to recognize that, and that's what will awaken a lot of passion, because as soon as we start structuring something which was maybe unclear before, and we start structuring a greater system which could work for us, and we start taking action with it, and we fall in love with that process, we will awaken a lot of passion. And passion is that energy of inner fire which inspires us to do more of it. And that's what will create a lot of great progress in your life. And we have dedication. Virgos are dedicated. So whatever you are passionate about, whatever is important to you, dedicate this month to improve those things about your life that you want to improve, because you are so energetically supported. We have also energy of health, like taking care of your health is really important right now. And I want to encourage you, if you feel like you need to take a greater care of yourself, see what can you do. If you want to try some fasting, if you need a certain new diet, if you need to take care of your sleep, right now is the best possible time to take care of that. And you will see that once you will take care of that, suddenly you will have so much more energy to also work on what before you thought that you don't have enough of energy. So you're so supported, my friends. And the fourth thing that I want to give you with this energy of September is that it's time to learn something new. Something which can help you to transcend your limitations. Because you see, it's all about freeing ourselves. And sometimes we need to find an example which is already a representation of freedom, or a representation of embodiment, the greater potentials which we're still carrying in, but we don't actually know how to tap into them. Sometimes we just need some steps so we can do that process correctly. And the thing is that there is actually no incorrect way, but sometimes we're just not consistent enough, and that's why we say it doesn't work. So my friends, learn something new right now. And I'm sure that you've already started manifesting maybe new books, maybe some new videos, maybe new podcasts, new interviews started popping up. And that's how the universe is speaking to you and communicating with you and giving you some new insights and giving you new opportunities to learn what you need to know. And often people just ignore that because they think that things should just appear. But things can't appear if you don't have knowledge of how to hold them, how to have them, how to nurture them, and how to make more of them. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are all alchemists, but we need to learn how to in tune with that inner alchemists, how to nurture that energy of a creator. And that's why it's important, knowledge, that's why knowledge is so important. And to find maybe somebody with whom you can relate and who are like representing an upgraded version of yourself may be so helpful when it comes to that process of transformation. So I know for myself in the past, I was always looking up to somebody who was doing what I wanted to do, because I saw it, or I saw those people as inspiration, that what I want to do is possible, because nobody in my environment was supporting me, nobody believed in my vision. That's why to me it was important to find somebody who's already doing that. So I had that example that it's possible, that I don't need external support. I can use technology, the internet, to find people which are already doing that, to feel inspired even more and driven even more, to know that it's possible. So it worked for me, and I want to encourage you, because I see often in the comments people are feeling down sometimes, and we all feel down sometimes. We all feel uninspired sometimes. We all feel unmotivated sometimes, and we all feel like nothing is moving. But then we look around a little bit and we see that, there's nothing wrong with you. We are all dealing with those feelings and emotions. We are all overcoming ourselves at some point. And there's truly nothing wrong with that. But the question is how well we know how to overcome the states. Because often people just surrender to those emotional sensations of feeling bad, feeling down, feeling unworthy. But on the other side of that pain is a next version of yourself, a new version of yourself, which is creating a new reality. And all you need to do is just to overcome yourself and overcome yourself and overcome yourself and overcome yourself until you become that new self. So my friends, this is it for today. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings and power. Thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop. I draw my passion. You're all truly appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting liberation or freedom, the bird or the dove, which is carrying a key of the heart. And that key represents a key of freedom, key of liberation. Because once we open our hearts, suddenly everything becomes much easier. Suddenly we understand that everything is a part of the process of a greater awareness and maybe understanding of who we are and why we are here and what we are doing and why we're doing what we're doing. So we can understand ourselves better and we can realize our greatest potentials in the greatest possible flow and easiness. So my friends, this is it for today. Have a beautiful day, have a beautiful month, and I'm wishing you all the best for this month of September. Till next time, one love.